everybody. I'm Kelly Ellers.
I'm Jeffrey London.
And this is Volume Up by the Tees. Here we are.
We're back,
Whoop.
baby. After a hiatus of sorts. It feels weird, but here we are.
Our audience doesn't know there was they knew that there was a hiatus, I suppose, but there was no lack in podcast coverage.
Content. Yeah, that's right. They got that content, the magic of podcast editing.
Shoot, we just spilled what is it? How the sausage is made? I don't like that.
I don't like that.
I don't like that at all.
Phrase.
That is actually terrible.
But any of those phrases, when you peel it back,
God,
because it's like this, how to skin it. Anyway,
okay,
yeah, we've been literally all over the place. You and I specifically were in Scotland.
Yep.
I have lost a tux, bought another tux, gained the original tux, and have gone to premiere and been back since the last time we've recorded. And holy shit, we did it. It's been busy.
You know, I've got to give you mad credit. You, Alyssa on our team, Marshall on our team, Monica on our team, our whole team,
Madeline, the whole team.
You crushed the shit out of Premiere Orlando. Like, I don't even think there was a corner of the convention center or the city that didn't know about the Tees.
Certainly the convention center. There was no corner unturned.
No.
Yeah, but we got our way all over Orlando
did it.
in order to deal with some logistical challenges. Yeah, but I mean, my God, premiere, holy, so big, so important. As it turns out, I think everybody knows that this has really become the sort of
show.
Yeah.
I mean, not to dish on other shows, but I'm fine with it. Maybe. But this is it. Like, we're back, baby, because shows were like, what, after COVID, and now it's like Premiere has put the stake in the ground. Like,
back.
This is us.
Biggest booths, the biggest activations, the most money, the most product, the most people, education. I mean, that main stage was packed with like the top brands, top educators from all over, including the segue into an unexpected person. So. Look, Chris McMillan, the creator of the Rachel, the cunty little Bob, and many other iconic hairstyles, was making his way to premiere. So he had posted about it, and obviously the Tees being digital first, we saw it, we got in touch, and we were like, hey, Chris, we'd love to meet in person. And if you need a hair model, like, let us know. And as it turns out,
a bold move from our editor-in-chief.
But look. I mean, sometimes you got to shoot your shot.
You covered I can't say it, Bob, very well.
We did, and we got Chris's input, about the certain specific specifications of said cut, and yeah, from there we've had this really lovely relationship. So anyway, we obviously connected digitally, got to see him in person, which was a thrill for our team. He picked Alyssa, who you mentioned, to be his hair model, and so she was prepped mentally for at least a trim and a blowout. But while we were backstage, and this is documented on social, she decided that the cunty little Bob was something that she might want to do for herself. And I mean, it was the day before her birthday. We were about to go to the Naha red carpet to work that for the Tees, and she got her hair hacked off in the most spectacular way. So good. On the main stage of Premiere Orlando in front of, a couple thousand people, casual. And then, we whisked off to the hotel, changed really quickly, back to the venue. And it was like that Lady Gaga, no sleep, bus, plane. And then we were on the red carpet, did the red carpet for Naha, which was a thrill. We had the glam bot. I think people saw, I hope they saw, and did it themselves. Although there was quite a crowd, so I know a lot of people didn't get into that. And that is a problem for next year. And then, we were backstage. I got to be in the Winner's Lounge with the Professional Beauty Association, which was such an honor. And we saw our friends, people that have been on the pod, Leslie Perry and Kia Neal, kill it as co-hosts. And just like, what an incredible night. And then again, premiere the next day. So we had our activation. We were giving away free headshots. We had a photographer. We had lines and lines of people coming through to get those. And I mean, that was so fun to connect with people in person. So I'm glad that we did it. But my God, are we...
Oh, tie?
Yeah, a little tired. And there's lots of content everywhere. So we hope you are all enjoying it. And if you're not following at Read the Tees, what the hell are you doing? Please do that.
We're here to stay.
We're here.
All right. Well, congrats again on the most successful premiere in Naha. And it was everywhere. We loved seeing it. And I mean, what a moment for Alyssa.
Day before her birthday. Yep. And getting the cunty little Bob. And she was she not only was she a hair model, y'all, she was mic'd up and entertaining the crowd alongside,
Love.
the legend that is Chris McMillan. So, I mean, shout out to
Woo.
her, shout out to him.
Shout out.
Love. So
We
much,
love that.
so much fun.
All right, so let's get into our celeb photos of the week. If you're ready, our first one that we're going to go over, analyze, is Brie Larson.
Yes.
And in this photo, this is not a bob. This is a pixie.
We got a pixie.
A tight pixie.
So she's growing out her buzz cut. So like that's the thing.
Yeah,
she was
true.
There was a roll. She had a buzz cut. That was a big deal. So now we've got a blonde pixie.
Yeah.
There's not much more to it. What do you think about the color? Because she's been known for her blonde. Jacob Schwartz, her longtime colorist, like impeccable blonde. What do we think about this blonde?
I don't know. I think it seems a little brassy to me, but I'm not a stylist. Clearly, it's obviously a choice, right? Because she has the best of the best working with her at her disposal. Yeah. So I mean, they know it better than I do. I'm okay with it if she is. And I love the cut.
It's real warm. No, I love the cut.
I love the cut, but it's a warm pixie.
It's a real warm
pixie. Blonde.
I don't love this color. So I'm gonna give it a 5.
Okay, I'm gonna up it. I'm gonna give it a 6 because I think the cut is fantastic.
The cut's great. That's what I'm saying. Like the color. Jacob, is this you?
Is this you?
Let's talk about it. Let's talk. Maybe we're very wrong and this is a trend that's coming. I'm not certain.
No, it's not coming. Anyway, who's next, Jeff? Take
Megan
it away.
Fahey. Megan Fahey. I love Megan Fahey.
So have you watched
Sirens? No, not yet. I've been saving it. I've been saving.
You should.
I cannot wait.
It is absolutely unbelievable. I think I watched that last episode like 3 times. I was like, what?
Really?
We've got to unpack this. So you better get your.
Okay. Yeah. No, this is exactly.
I don't even know. Your tequila, you have a couple minutes to watch this sucker all the way through.
Okay.
Stunning.
Can't wait. All right. Well, what do we think about her hair? So in this video, it's a promo for other publication. Whatever. Not a. we love Harper's Bazaar. She's with co-star Millie Alcock. What do we think about this? We've got sort of center parted.
I mean, I love the look. I just think that she is so intrinsically stunning that. Really any look works on her, but the beautiful sort of coiffed, smooth, shiny, healthy hair. I mean, it looks like AI. Honestly, it's so good.
She has incredible hair. Like
incredible.
I think like just any color she can really rock. This is a sort of like deep blonde auburn, like not a full brunette. It's blonde adjacent, sort of strawberry-ish. So as opposed to Brie Larson, whom I adore, generally speaking, didn't care for the color in that look. Do care for this, whatever this color
care for
is.
this.
Love this. So I'm gonna give it. I mean, the styling is basic, but like executed flawlessly. So I'm gonna say like a 7 and 8.
All right, high. I'm gonna go like a 9. I think. Just because, again, she just can do no wrong. And you just want to touch her hair. Like, I don't even know how it could be that shiny.
She's so alluring.
Is she a spokesperson for someone yet? Because Hello Brands, I think she should be for a pro brand.
Okay.
Anyway.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, let's brands, if you're listening, make it happen. Lock her in. Would you?
Make it happen. Next up, Jeff. Go ahead.
Last, but maybe least.
Definitely least.
Sorry.
I know this is going to be like a little bit of a visceral reaction for you. Who do we have?
We got Heidi DeMello, mom of Charlie and Dixie, as I'm told. She's recently buzzed her hair off. Seems like there was something that caused her to do it.
I think the damage, right? Damage in her color, keratin, mentioned all the things that she'd been doing, and she took a clippers and off it went.
She really did.
Holy hell.
So I feel like with additional context, I'm liking this more because I like that we're feeling empowered to do such a thing. It wasn't like a stunty necessarily, although it was a little stunty because that's her sort of vibe. It doesn't look maybe the best. Like we just talked about another pixie. The cut for Brie Larson,
impeccable.
Very good. This is maybe not as good, so I'll give it like a.
Well, before you go there might be a little bit of a reason. So, and this actually go there because it's not going to change your mind. Go ahead.
Okay, it's a 5. It's a 5. It's like a very middle of the road.
Yeah, like, I think it's a bold ass move for somebody.
Yeah, and so like we get points for that, and that's about where it stops.
It stops there. I'm gonna go like a 3. Like I don't think it was a good idea.
Okay.
Yeah. But I did, if you double click into the story, it's basically like when she said when she moved to New York 25 years ago, she buzzed her hair off. And so she's doing it now. And I think I can't do what I did 25 years ago, Jeff. It just wouldn't work now. And so
well, we were recently on a call with someone who was talking about the jawline being your career. And I'm there, gang. Like I couldn't.
We're there.
There's certain things you can't do once you get to a certain age.
And this is one of them. But anyway, it's a 3. We got to move on.
Also, really quickly, are Havaianas, are flip-flops back? She's rocking. I'm not gonna wear a fucking flip-flop.
They were ever in. I don't own a flip-flop.
I'm seeing the ladies rocking Havaianas and these flip-flops, and
I think
Addison Rae recently. I can't do it.
The jelly shoe is in. We're going back to that, but we're not flip-flopping.
Okay, please.
Good golly.
Let's not do that, gang. Let's not. They're not good for us. Okay.
We have standards.
Yeah, we got standards. All right, let's talk about some beauty news. It's been a minute since we've been able to do some of this. And here's something that I think we are all in this industry talking about, and that is e.l.f. Beauty's acquisition of Hailey Bieber's skincare brand Rhode, which, to remind everyone, was already a brand by women of color.
Oh, here we go.
Fashion brand called Rhode that she still named her own brand. And I guess they are different categories, but I don't think that I can ever really get over that. Yeah, so I mean, she's now the company's been acquired for $1 billion. What's your take? Where are your thoughts? Because I feel very strongly, as we all know.
I know you do, and I don't like that at all. And if you even go a bit deeper into that, it's like she's now profited this heavily off of something she stole from someone.
Sure has. And I mean, and aside from the name, which again, there was already a brand, it's already women of color that owned that brand, and it was independently owned and all of that. Really, her whole aesthetic, and I don't feel bad about saying that, is culture vulture, stealing from people of color. And then here she is profiting handsomely from this culture vulture appropriation. I'm really like, I get from a business perspective, e.l.f. has to do what they got to do to get that bag, but I'm certainly not cheering her on.
Yeah, ever. I mean, e.l.f. is going to do, e.l.f. is an equal, we're talking about corporate.
Yes.
Potentially soulless, like it's just
right. They're diversifying their portfolio. They're doing. I mean, like it's
we need
smart
skincare. We need prestige.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just like.
But just like her quote in all of the media was like, they're like, "Why did you pair with e.l.f.?" And she was just like, "Vibes matter." And it's like, what?
Yeah.
Was she not PR trained at all? Vibes? You chose.
Well,
I think you chose it
brand.
For the billion.
She's
the billion.
Cool no, I can't stomach. I can't stomach it for a second.
What was she actually famous for? Like, why?
That's great.
I don't remember.
Being hot. Being hot, even like that's that again. Being hot and then proximity to blackness is really what her whole shtick is. So
wow. Okay.
We're going there.
We went all in.
I did. I'm okay with that. There are plenty of people that feel similarly. So sorry, Hailey. She's gonna be just fine without my approval.
I think she's fine. I think she's totally fine. I don't even know if she's gonna hear this podcast.
No, probably not. But maybe somebody at e.l.f. will. And they can then sort of invest in some Black-owned and brown-owned brands. I'd love that too.
Calling you out right here. All right.
That's what we love to do. Yeah,
here's a celeb that I do love.
Yes.
Very
it's
much.
Not all negative.
Yeah, no, like we're gonna talk positive. Is Miley Cyrus, and not like Hannah Montana Miley. I was too old for that shit. I like Miley now.
Oh, Miley now is so good.
She's awesome. I would definitely be close friends with her. But it was also kind of in the news, like, okay, why aren't you being one of those kind of celebs that also launches?
I mean, this is one of those things where a natural evolution of her career could be very easily into a fashion, hair care, beauty brand. And what did she say?
She said, in Cosmopolitan magazine, she said, my stepdad asked me the other day, why are you the only one without a makeup line? And, we've trolled on celebrities with makeup lines, hair care lines, just jumping on the bandwagon for no apparent reason. And she said, because it's not my passion. And I thought, that's so Miley. Oh, God, I did it. did it. I wove it in.
That's
It's
so
just
Miley.
smiley.
I love it. I love it. God, I love Miley Cyrus. No, and that's honest, right? Like, so Selena Gomez, whom she's
Right.
friends with, it is her passion, and by
Yeah.
all means, like, she has fucking nailed it with Rare Beauty. Ariana Grande, similarly with
Yeah.
REM. Like, good. We don't. Not everybody needs to do this, and like, if your passion is music, which it seems to be for Miley Cyrus, like, stay in that lane. I'm just going back quickly to dunking on Hailey Bieber. What is her passion?
Hailey Bieber's
Making
passion?
phone cases for makeup? Like,
honestly, let's go into that though. Like, you've got your phone case that stores said Road lip gloss. And
yeah.
if you go in my bag right now, there's probably 14 lip glosses. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Minimum on a bad day, 14. Why would I want to put one color on a phone case?
I don't know. It's all marketing. It's all vibes matter, Kelly.
It was vibes,
the
full
vibes. Are
vibes.
off. The milk
Anyway,
is spoilt.
My vibes are with Miley.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, we move on. Negative Nellies, give us a break, and then we just come in hot.
We're not negative. We're hot on Miley. We're hot on our guest.
We are.
This week, we're talking with Moira Frazier. With more than 20 years of experience in the beauty industry and more than 10 years of experience working in television and film, Moira is the two-time Emmy-nominated hair department head of Abbott Elementary and the founder and CEO of the natural hair product line Fingaz Beauty and the Fingaz Beauty Academy.
Jeff, I know that this is you're excited.
I'm
Abbott Elementary, you're going there. You're doing
right
it.
Up my alley.
Can't wait. But before we get there, it's time for our segment called Quote, If They Were a Hairstyle, where every week we ask the host, who's you this week, who interviewed the guest, what hairstyle the guest would be based on their personality in the episode. So, Jeff.
So I think, honestly, just because of the association, and I'm doing like a free fast association with Abbott Elementary, Sheryl Lee Ralph's character, Barbara Howard, her hair is so iconic in the series. That is what comes to mind.
Wonderful.
Because again, she's the hair department head. This is her hair design. It's that look, that like sort of coiffed pixie adjacent hair.
Beautiful.
Not out of place. That's exactly sort of what comes to mind for me.
All right. Make sure you subscribe, rate, review, and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok at Read the Tease, and send in questions to volumeup@thetease.com.
But before we get there, let's talk Tease beauty news. All right. The first, I think, most important thing related to what we were talking about at the top of this podcast is this article. Who won at the 2025 North American Hairdressing Awards? Here's the full list of winners. The Professional Beauty Association, PBA, unveiled the winners of the 36th Annual North American Hairdressing Awards, NAHA, at the Chapin Theater in Orlando's Orange County Convention Center on June 1st. Embracing the theme, Show Your True Colors, the industry's biggest evening celebrated authenticity, individuality, and bold self-expression. Co-hosted by PBA's executive director, Leslie Perry, and last year's NAHA Educator of the Year, Kia Neal, this year's award show was sold out for the second time in a row, indicating its continued impact and importance. On NAHA, Perry said, "It's more than a competition. It's a platform for artists to pause and reflect on their work, their voice, and their impact." She added, "NAHA is the one time in licensed professionals' careers where they get to step out of the everyday hustle and ask, who am I as an artist? What do I want my work to say, and what does it mean?" Head to thetease.com to see the full list of winners, and they're so beautiful. The work, I really, really encourage everybody to go there. So Kelly, my question is, of all of these collections and all of the categories, who was your favorite? What was the top one for you?
You know, I think I have a little soft spot in my heart for Vernon Francois.
I knew you were gonna say it.
Did you know it?
Yeah.
You knew it because we were total vibes, like Hailey and Elf Beauty. Vernon and I were vibes on the pod. And I just think he is like such a light in this world. And he's so joyful and giving and caring. And so I just love that he won for texture.
Oh, I mean, excellent pick. And Vernon in person was
better
so
than on the pod.
No, I mean, oh my God. He was like 7 feet tall, such a presence.
He is?
I mean, well, there were the shoes, the hat. I mean, it was such a go to our social, go to his social. I mean, what a statement visually, but then he had a beautiful speech, and his collection so beautiful. I think
so beautiful.
My favorite was actually the student winner.
Wow.
So the winner's Dexter. I mean, the artistry was insane for everybody. Like, don't get me wrong, but I think honestly, Dexter's collection is really like what I loved the most. It was so fun, and particularly for a student, it was really advanced work. So shout out to Dexter.
Yeah, I love that. And I love that you mentioned students because they're the future of our industry. And, at the Tease, what we want to do is make sure that everybody knows that this is a viable profession, from your guidance counselor to your grandfather. And so, hell yeah, a student, get it. I mean, that's one to watch for sure. Good job, Dexter. All right, Sally Beauty and Free Mom Hugs. I love mom hugs.
I know.
Are teaming up again to celebrate Pride Month at local festivals and parades nationwide. After the success of their NYC's Pride parties last year, professional beauty retailer Sally Beauty is bringing their Pride Month celebrations nationwide. Sally Beauty has once again teamed up with Free Mom Hugs, which I can't say that without joyfully smiling. An organization that empowers the world to celebrate LGBTQIA plus community through visibility, education, and conversation, to host booths at local pride festivals and parades in 5 cities throughout the U.S. Together, the two will offer a space to everyone to be inspired and build community. Sally Beauty will be distributing 5,000 gift cards while supplies last at the events to help attendees discover products that promote self-confidence and self-expression. Free Mom Hugs volunteers will join in the celebration by literally offering hugs, high fives, affirmation, and emotional support. Why am I not here?
I don't know. Get in there.
I'm going to get right in. Head to thetease.com to learn more. Jeff, we know this is fantastic. Sally always steps up. They're stepping up bigger.
Yes, absolutely. I'm so happy about that. I also am smiling as you're reading this. This is such a worthwhile and important initiative. And shout out to Sally for continuing to show up for these months that seem to be villainized more and more. So love to see it.
We love to see it. And Jeff, do you like to receive a hug from a mom? I don't know if that's
like my own mom. I think it's so sweet. I mean, I think.
Are you a hugger? You're not really a no.
I'm not. I don't know. I'm like a toucher, but not a hugger necessarily.
Yeah, I don't know. Just go right in. I don't. Yeah. Maybe I was. Mom, I know you're listening. Was I not hugged enough as a child?
Were you not? Oh my God.
Petey.
Well, that's another episode. We can invite her back and talk all about it.
Hugs. All right. We digress.
Yeah, we digress. Thank you so much to our contributors and our editors for this week's beauty news. And don't forget to check out more stories like these over on thetease.com. Now stay tuned for my interview with Moira Frazier. With more than 20 years of experience in the beauty industry and more than 10 years of experience working in television and film, Moira Frazier is the 2-time Emmy-nominated hair department head of Abbott Elementary and the founder and CEO of the natural hair product line Fingaz Beauty and the Fingaz Beauty Academy. In addition to being the head of hair for film and TV productions, she's a personal hairstylist to the stars and has collaborated with A-list talent including Sheryl Lee Ralph, Nicole Byer, and Quinta Brunson to create stunning and trend-setting looks for their red carpet appearances, photo shoots, and more. Moira created Ralph's trend-setting Bejeweled updo at the 2022 Emmy Awards, where Ralph won Best Supporting Actress in a Comedy Series for Abbott Elementary. She also created Ralph's iconic 2023 Super Bowl look, where Ralph performed a powerful rendition of Lift Every Voice and Sing, often referred to as the Black National Anthem. Moira is currently working with Spice Girls icon Mel B as her personal hairstylist for season 20 of America's Got Talent. In addition to her work as personal hairstylist and wig designer extraordinaire, Moira is best known as the hair department head of Abbott Elementary, for which she earned 2 Emmy nominations for Outstanding Contemporary Hairstyling in 2023 and 2024. Her work on the show also earned her 2 Hollywood Makeup Artist and Hairstylist Guild Awards for Best Contemporary Hairstyling. She received her first Hollywood Makeup Artist and Hairstylist Guild nomination in 2022 for her work on Netflix's Emmy-nominated variety special, Nicole Byer, BBW, Big Beautiful Weirdo. Some of Mariah's previous credits include serving as hairstylist on hit shows such as Fox's The Masked Singer, Netflix's Nailed It, NBC's Password starring Jimmy Fallon and Keke Palmer, and the premiere episode of season 15 of RuPaul's Drag Race, where she created and designed RuPaul's iconic wigs. In addition to her work in film and TV, Mariah is the founder and CEO of Fingaz Beauty, which includes a range of high-quality wigs and natural hair products such as her top-selling Lace Lock Melting Spray and the Moisture Lock Creme. She's a proud member of Yahtzee Local 706. Moira, welcome to Volume Up. How's it going?
It's going amazing.
Look, I told you when we were about to start, I am so excited. I've been following your career, specific to the big show, for a while, and this is a thrill for me. So I could not be happier to be chatting with you. But I want to start at the beginning. How the heck did you get into hair and beauty? Did you always know? Did you never know? Tell me, what was the spark?
I'm what you call a shop baby.
Okay. Okay. We know about these.
For those who in the industry, y'all know what a shop baby is. But for those who don't know, basically what a shop baby is someone who was basically born and raised in a salon. My mother was a salon owner and a hairstylist, and that's what really made me want to dive all the way into being a hairstylist.
Oh, I love it. I love it when it is a family business. It's one of the most exciting pathways into this industry. So currently, you're doing a lot of work in entertainment, and we're obviously going to get to that, but you didn't always. So I want to talk a little bit about when you started out getting licensed, where you did. You hold several. Talk to me about that process. What was it like working in different regions? Is it the same sort of concerns that you're dealing with in different places, or is it not? I really don't know, so I want to hear about it.
So, I started off with my license in actually Monroe, Michigan. Well, actually, before that, sorry, Toledo, Ohio. So I actually held a natural hairstylist license first.
Okay.
And a natural hairstylist license back in the day just only allowed you to do braiding and things of that nature. That was what I wanted to do when I turned 18, and I wanted to get that so I can immediately start making the money in the salon legally, if you know what I mean.
Yep, we get it.
So that's what I started out as. And then I was really, really, really interested in being a cosmetologist. No one knows that they're going to be working with celebrities in the future. I just always knew, like, okay, if I ever did want to do or work on celebrities or things of that nature, I want to be a well-rounded stylist, and I want to know how to do everything. So I went to school for cosmetology, and the school that I went to was not the typical school. I went to a school in little old Monroe, Michigan.
Okay.
And a lot of people are like, why would you go to Monroe? Yep. I went there because the teaching was, I already know how to do our type of hair. Like growing up on the East Coast, especially in Ohio, you have schools that have predominantly African American, and then you have schools that are mixed. And at that time and era, it was either you went to the predominantly African American schools or you went to the 90% Caucasian schools. And I wanted to learn how to do all types of hair. I already knew how to do our hair, but I wanted to learn how to do all types of textures and things of that nature. So that's where I went. It was a pivot point school called Monroe, Michigan College of Beauty.
Shout out to Pivot Point. Okay.
It was a pivot point. I still got them books.
Yeah.
But it was a great experience because it taught me how to do, once again, all textures. So I was licensed in Michigan, transferred those licenses to Ohio. And then when I wanted to relocate to California, I went on and did the reciprocity. So I ain't had to go through no more courses and nothing. And got my license in California.
Getting that paperwork in place. We love that for you. And thank you for that, because I feel like people don't necessarily always understand the journey. We don't necessarily understand it ourselves at the time. But as you said, that forward-thinking vision of wanting to work with all textures from the jump, something that the industry is only just now getting around to, and barely. I want to talk about sort of mentorship, if we could. So you were a shop baby. Was seeing your mom having a salon, was that instrumental in sort of getting you towards where you're at? Were there others along the way that helped you to discover, that this is really what you wanted to do and to be successful? Or I'd love to understand that.
So mentorship, I wouldn't necessarily say I had a single mentor. Like and what I have now is an amazing support system in every step or journey in my career. So obviously, when I was younger and I wanted to open up my own salon in Toledo, Ohio, my mom, I could call my mom and be like, Mom, how I do this, how I do that. That's how that was. But when I wanted to transition into TV and film, I just made a lot of friends along the way who may have done it a lot longer than I have. And I was so thankful for Derek J. I'm able to call him. I know y'all know who Derek J is. He a household name. clock it.
Yep.
But I was always able to call like people like Derek J, and other people that are in this industry and always ask for advice. Another friend of mine that I call, his name is Brunson. I will call him often. There's several different people. I can't name them all off the top of my head. No. I wouldn't necessarily say mentors. They were just more so industry friends that I was able to call and, ask about advice and things of that nature. So it's really, really good if you don't have a mentor to just have a good network of people in your industry, not just, hair and makeup, but you need hair stylists that's been in the game, that's not trying to sun you. And y'all know what I mean by sun you and make you feel like you ain't nothing and you got to train under somebody for 50 years before you can even step and open a, no. Just get a real friend and be genuine about it though. Don't make friends with people trying to take their jobs. Don't make friends with people trying to have ulterior motives. You know what I mean? So I've just always been big on integrity. And, when they share things with me, I share things with them. And there's so many other people that I call and ask advice to. So, yeah.
I love what you're saying about that network. Maybe harder for some folks than others. So tips to, you said, being authentic, not trying to come for their jobs. I think that's important. There is a little bit of that we know happens in this space.
Enough for everybody.
That's exactly right. I was just talking about this with somebody at Premiere Orlando the past weekend. There's more than enough. There's more than enough for all of us. I do want to talk for a moment before we get into entertainment, because that's obviously a huge part of what you're up to. But that's not the only thing. So talk to me about Fingaz Beauty. What is it? When did it happen? Let's just get into it, please, if we could.
Well, let's talk about how Fingaz became to fruition.
Yes, please.
So literally, this is what happened, y'all. Back in 2000, I graduated from hair school, 2008. Literally 2 weeks after graduating, I went to take my test. I did not play around. I wasn't one of them who
not gonna wait.
Wait 6 months to a year. Then I'm gonna say no. I wanted to get it now while my all the information was fresh. 6 months after graduating from cosmetology school, somewhere around December-ish, I get reached out to by this company who wanted to cast me on a TV show called Hair Battle Spectacular. And I was like, oh, okay, is this a scam? I didn't know, I'm a little girl from Ohio. I didn't know nothing about that. And this was back when I had, I was doing photo shoots and I had a website on Model Mayhem. That's how long ago that was. I think my work is still up there, which is wild. But anyway, I ended up getting an email from them and I reached back. My husband was like, you got to call them. It's for real. I was like, you for real? So I went through the process. I reached back out to them, set it up. Long story short, I ended up being casted on the show. Now, my stage name before was Fierce Fingers. And that's because I was always known, before I went to cosmetology school, I was known as the fastest braider in Toledo, Ohio at the time, which means back then, girls used to get micro braids. All my girlies out there that know what a micro braid is, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Because back then, you used to go to the African salon, get them done for about 3.5 hours up in Detroit. But I was the only one in Ohio that can do it in 2.5 hours, close to 3 by myself. Damn. Yeah. So
you were
Fingers was what it was called.
Okay.
We get on, they flew me out to LA and it was amazing. And right before we went on stage, they were like, okay, Moira, because nobody could ever say my name. But they was like, Moira, your name is going to be Fingaz. I said, what? They was like, yeah, it's Fingaz. Go with it. I said, okay. So, and then honestly, the name stuck.
Sounds like it.
The show had its success because I was one of the fan favorites. But when the show had its success, season 1 and season 2, and I was always going to hair shows, people just always remembered me as Fingaz. And it just stuck and never left. So yeah, that's pretty much how Fingaz came along, and then years later on down the line, branding myself. And once again, everybody who's seen my journey from beginning to Fingaz, because remember, I'm fresh out of hair school. Mm-hmm. They seen that journey from then all the way up until now. And, you know, Fingaz Beauty just came into fruition. So now what I do is I help other people and other hairstylists that are in this industry. I help them with classes and courses. Everybody know once you take a class from me, it's highly valuable. People get surprised when I actually call them back and answer their questions.
There's not always a lot of that. There's a sign up for the class and hope for the best kind of situation. So then talk to me about, I mean, you're alluding to it, Fingaz Beauty Academy being different. What are the other sort of hallmarks of your approach to education that makes it a little bit different in this space?
It's very hands-on, and it's very, gosh, I'm only telling you what my students tell me. Okay. So I ain't trying to sound my horn, but I'm a very transparent instructor. Everyone who knows when you come and take a class from me, you're learning from me because you want to know how I do it. And I'm always encouraging my students take a lot of classes from other people as well, because to be a well-rounded hairstylist and wig maker like I am, you have to be able to take education from everywhere and fit it into your own that works for you. You know what I mean? There's a lot of instructors out there who are like, no, this is it, and that's that. I give you options. You can do it like this, or you can do it like this, or you can combine the two. But that's just the instructor in me. I've been an instructor for over close to 20 years now, and I'm 40. So yeah.
Still a young gun. I'm excited about you talking about this because this is not always everybody's passion space. They maybe do it, but it's for a buck. They do it because they want to parlay it into a relationship with a brand or this, that, or the other thing. But as you're describing it, I mean, it sounds like the love of transferring this knowledge, building up this network, helping to empower others.
Because it's something that we don't have. And a lot of people, they get fresh out of hair school and they don't have anybody. That's why when you say, did you have a mentor? It's like, well, when you're, and this is for a lot of hairstylists, not just me. When you're a good hairstylist, some people are afraid to take people under their wings just because they don't, you know, there's so many fears about it. But also a lot of times when people are coming into this industry, they really have no knowledge on anything. And my thing is, I see a lot of hairstylists that have a heart for this. My thing is, you never give up. I never gave up. I've been and it's interesting because people who've seen me and seen my journey from the very, very beginning, they always say, you always said you were going to go to California and do all this stuff. You always said. And I'm like, dang, I did. But you never think about that, because you need to enjoy the journey. That's the thing. You can't be so focused on, okay, am I going to get the Emmy? Am I not? Am I going to get the Oscar? Am I not? Am I going to get the job to get it? Like, baby, you've already been in a situation that you weren't in 10, 15 years ago. So enjoy the moment and soak it all in. Everything you're doing right now is a learning process to get you to the next level. So every job you take, you're connecting with different people at that level to get you to the next level. But you got to have integrity.
Yeah, I'm just sitting with that for a minute. Yeah, wow. Good on you. Like, I just, this is such an interesting thing that it's not everybody that feels the way that you feel. And
no,
but it's really hitting. No, I feel that. It's just, wow.
You want to know my advice about those who get burned?
I do.
So this is what I do, because I can't sit up here and lie and say I ain't been burned.
And I think that's honestly, like, who hasn't? Especially in this space, but okay, speak on it if you could.
How I cope with when I get burned in a situation or whatever the case may be, I take it as a learning lesson and move on. Because what I don't want to do is bring baggage from a situation where I was burned into a new situation and or opportunity. Yes, I do give people the benefit of the doubt. However, I do walk now with a new boundary. So every burning that happens from whatever situation, now I walk with a new boundary. You know what I mean? And that's how you can start navigating in this world to where you don't have to feel like, well, I don't want to talk to nobody. I ain't going to refer to nobody because this happened last time. No, sometimes it's okay to still refer or still, crack a door for somebody. And then, then at the same time, if you don't want to, you don't want to, to protect you and your peace. But you never hold no type of grudge and let bygones be bygones. And at the end of the day, good is going to always come back to you if you have a good heart. And once you believe in that, no matter, anybody can do anything to you. At the end of the day, they going to reap what they sow, but it ain't for you to follow if they reaping. Don't do that. You're going to waste your time and not build you and your career and your jobs that you have coming on. Let them go.
So that's a beautiful segue into this next thing that I want to ask about, which is your career in TV and film. So you did invest in yourself. You did, as you say, follow that you manifested for yourself, and you made it out to California. So talk to me about those early days. You mentioned earlier about building a network, talking to people, making friendships, and then being able to reach out to them in a reciprocal way.
Yes.
What were those early days like? Finding jobs, was it hard? I would imagine. We've talked to pros.
Early days.
Yep.
Yeah, the early days were hard because when I did come out here, the people that I knew, they all lived in Atlanta. They had moved from LA and moved to Atlanta, and I was already in LA. So I only knew one makeup artist at the time. Her name was Julie, and she let me sleep on her couch when I came out here.
Shout out to Julie.
But shout out to Julie Murray. That's my girl. But she's a makeup artist, and I just connected with her. And then she connected me to the right people. And then, I just started building from there. But for a very long time, I only did one production a year.
Okay.
Like when I say one production, I'm talking about 1 2-week production, which was Nailed It on Netflix.
Love Nicole.
I mean, and
Love
even though
Nicole.
that was a good show, and I'm so sad they didn't get to bring it back, but that show, I got my first, like, I don't want to say first experience on, but it was the first thing that I was able to do on my own, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Being the only hairstylist there. Before that, like when I first moved out here, we moved out here, back in October of 2014.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. I was doing how I even got into that. Like, I remember my husband reminds me often in my early days when we moved out here, I was out here doing hair in the back of a beauty supply store.
I wanted to ask about it. I mean, honestly, like, how did you build up that clientele? Like the switch from.
When I say hustling, a girl was out here hustling. I ain't never been the type to work out in no beauty supply store. And that's what I was doing. Like, oh my God. So I was doing that. I was doing house calls. But here's the thing. When I moved out here in the beginning, I was charging people what Ohio prices were. So back in the day, I didn't know because nobody would tell me.
Okay.
Nobody told me. So, when in Ohio, wash and curl is $40, $45 at most back then. When I came out here, I was charging $45 for a wash and curl. I didn't know. And then I had ran into somebody and they were like, oh yeah, well, we charge 65. I said, what?
Yeah.
Why didn't y'all tell me? 65?
Big difference.
It's a huge difference because once again, people don't want to. I was understanding that a lot of people out here, no tea, no shade, they just really started to gatekeep a lot of information.
Yeah.
So because they gatekeeped information, I didn't know the right prices to charge. Even for wigs, when I started doing wigs out here, and I'm just talking about simple wigs using a sewing machine, I was only charging anywhere between, $300-$400 and maybe to a production $750, not realizing, your face was what everybody else was doing. So, and these weren't bad wigs.
No, of course they were not. You're the fastest braider in Toledo.
But you got to remember, coming from Ohio to California, the price structure is different. And then when you get to California and you realize you're charging severely you're charging so below what you should be charging. Like I I literally had to, once I got in the union, that's when people started sitting me down and saying, yo, this is what it's supposed to be. I'm like, oh my God, which technically makes sense. That's why I started making wigs from scratch and ventilating because of that. Because it, once again, didn't know. How would you know when no one tells you?
Yeah.
But yeah, that journey from there, I was doing hair in the back of beauty supply stores, then segueing into doing little jobs here and there. I would take anything. I did a movie for $200 a day, all the way in Simi Valley. So to travel from Chino Hills to Simi Valley was like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Every day for like 2 months. Baby, when I say a girl was hustling,
you were hustling. Yeah. You really were.
Yeah, but it taught me how to be on set. It taught me how to work with people. It taught me how to negotiate. It taught me a lot of different things, even dealing with people. I mean, obviously, I've been dealing with customer service my whole life, but yeah, child, I got some stories to tell.
And we appreciate that you told some of them. We can come back and talk about them a little bit more later. But I do want to get into some of the big stuff. I think that, a lot of our listeners are going to want to be cued into this in particular. The big break. I mean, you talked about Nailed It, hugely successful, especially during COVID. People lost their shit over it. And Nicole Byer helped launch her into, the now stratosphere where she's at, where she belongs. Talk to me about big breaks. Was that the biggest at the time before we got to Abbott? We're a series of little things that got to talk to me about it.
So for me, Nicole was like my first real celeb client that booked me a lot. You know what I mean? Like even after the show, obviously she was the first real client that I had. Before then, I did this little movie. Yeah, I don't want to talk about it. But anyway, going back to Nicole, love her. She was one of my first celebrity clients that, I was able to make amazing magic with. Myself and Jen Fergozo, who's another good friend of mine. She's her makeup artist. And we were able to make amazing moments. And one of those amazing moments went viral and got her a spread. Well, not a spread, but mainly a good write-up in Vogue. And I had never had that happen before because she was my first real client to actually trust what I do. So that for me, that was huge. And that happened literally the same time when I got on Abbott Elementary as a department head. So that was fun.
So Abbott is a monster hit. So well respected across the board. Critics, fans, everybody's obsessed with it, myself included. Has enjoyed a number of seasons. This is increasingly not heard of in entertainment. And to your credit, as hair department head, there's quite a diverse cast, all with really interesting hair. So I want to talk about it wherever the hell you want to start. I'm fascinated. I love the show. Talk to me, if you could, maybe about the initial hair design conversations, like maybe with Quinta, for example, because her hair, as Janine, like very specific. But tell me about it.
So I'm going to talk about mainly when I redesigned the show.
Okay, let's do it.
So season 2, we wanted to approach the characters, and Quinta was very, very specific about Janine's hair telling a story.
Yep.
Talking about very specific.
Okay.
And I was happy that she let me tell the story. Because I know everybody was like, oh my God, look at this, look at that. And I'm like, y'all, just give it a minute. It's supposed to look like that because what you don't understand, when you're coming from a hairstylist in the salon, we're used to making people look a certain way, used to making people look, work ready and professional and all of that. However, when you are a hairstylist that goes in the TV and film world, it's your job as a department head to design characters that tell a story. So when I came in to redesign these looks for them, I came in with the idea to make it more current and more believable. because I'm from the world of I was a salon owner. You know what I mean? I was born and raised in a salon, and we had all different types of clients. And all of these clients that I had in real life, they are all portrayed in Abbott Elementary. So the whole approach to designing these characters were that I wanted people to look at the screen and say, my cousin has that hairstyle, or I know my sister's neighbor looks like that and she's a teacher, or so-and-so looks like that and she goes to our church and she also teaches kindergarten. Like, that is the approach that I wanted it to have. I didn't want them to look like the glamorous teachers. I wanted them to look realistic. The area that they're in, which is Philly, that's still East Coast.
Yep.
And even though Ohio is in Midwest, it still shares the same similar background as far as aesthetic are concerned, if that makes sense.
For sure. I think as you're saying it, I mean, it comes across on screen. Absolutely. Like, Janine looks the way that she does because she's an elementary school teacher. She's she's doing the best that she can with what she has available to her, knowing that she's sacrificing for the students. And obviously that's coming across.
And she just had a breakup. Her boyfriend dumped her, but now she has a new love interest. So now she's looking at YouTube tutorials, trying to figure out, maybe I can learn how to actually put some juice to my hair so it can start looking right. And then when we get to season 4, when her relationship is flourishing and they're an item and she don't care what nobody say or think about her, as you notice throughout season 4, she ain't really asking Ava for advice.
No.
On clothes or anything like that. As a matter of fact, there's an episode where they actually come in dressed alike and Ava goes and changes her clothes. So it's like Janine in the Abbott Elementary world, Janine has blossomed into this amazing character where she is the little woman that she is portrayed across screen. Going back to even Ava's character hair-wise has changed into more of a solid character. This season 4, well, if you look at, the beginning of the season 2, even up until now, and even dibbling back in season 1, in the beginning, she was all over the place. Gigs was changed every single episode. Boom, boom, boom. You know where she coming. She come here, she come there. She might jump into the screen on here. You don't know what's happening. But as things progressed, we came into season 3 and now we saw that she just did Harvard or took some classes there. So she's serious about her role. And now in season 4, it's a lot more relaxed and laid back, but still bold. That's why we went with that ombre color, that burgundy ombre to still give Ava-esque, but also add a little boldness to her. You know what I mean?
So Ava in particular, how many wigs are we talking about? Because to your comment, season 1, season 2, she was all sorts of looks. Dozens? Like, how many are we?
Every year we keep building onto that.
I mean, Janelle looks so good on screen.
I think I might have to go back and actually count them.
I would love to know, because the screen time, it's like clip, 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 clip. There's so many.
And then there was, how many wigs? Let's try to count this together. Season 1, I know we had about 3 wigs season 1. Season 2, we had 3 or 4 wigs. Season 3 was 4 new wigs. And this coming season, we're going to add some more to the mix. But last season, because then another thing what we would do is we would take some wigs that we have done in the past and revive those wigs as well. That's why it's good to have a skill like mine to revive old wigs and make them look brand spanking new.
And they did. I mean, Ava in particular, the character Janelle James, she looks so good throughout.
She carried.
I mean,
she carried. Yeah.
She and now off screen too. Like, I love to see Janelle in this like glamazon thing, this moment for her. Like, she deserves all of that. Such a star on the show, but she looks incredible. Another character, a little bit less change, but iconic in every season. Obviously, Sheryl Lee Ralph, the iconic Sheryl Lee Ralph as Barbara Howard. Talk to me about that wig, that unit, if we could, because it's impeccable.
It kind of stays in the same realm. because it fits her. And you have to remember, out of everything that's changing around you, you got to have that one character that's the pillar.
Yep, she's grounded.
And that'll be her. She might have some subtle changes. Only a hairstylist would see that, though. But for the most part, to the the eye of a regular consumer, it all looks the same. But for her, she has to be the pillar of the entire show, which is why her hair stays like that. Because number one, how many of you out there in podcast world, you meet a girl or a woman, not a girl, but a woman of such stature as her? In real life, though, I'm not talking about they got to be a celebrity. I'm talking about someone in real life that looks like that with that exact same hairstyle. They mean business. They're not about to sit up here. They, kids, sit down.
Yep.
Look at the board, do your work. You know what I mean? It's very strict and straight to the point, and they have to have structure. That's what that whole hairstyle is about, structure. She's not about to come in here. Now, I will say she bended it a little bit with having a blonde streak.
Yep.
But that's as far as it was going to go. She wasn't going to come in there with a blonde wig, bust down like Mary J. Blige.
Yeah. Yep.
It wouldn't have fit with her character, even though it could have played very well. But to keep it Barbara-esque, we kept that short, tight pixie cut, and it just she carried it well. I'm telling you, if these wigs could talk, baby.
Well, so my favorite thing about Barbara throughout the seasons is like when she gets frazzled, that the hairs start falling out. So talk to me, if you could, about those moments, because it's so funny. Because like she's out of control. It's communicating something immediately visually, but like, how do you do that such that it translates on screen?
That's funny, because in all honesty, you're the first person to even notice that. Because it'll be sometimes when she's talking and it just goes all over the place.
It's and so good. Sheryl Lee Ralph, like that's the comedic genius, but I'm sure that it's also a partnership. So I want to understand, how does that happen?
And so when I go in and try to spray it, she'll be like, no, let it go. So technically that's all Sheryl.
Okay.
Because ideally I want it to stay where it needs to stay.
Yeah.
So that, it doesn't go nowhere. But no, I love the fact that it moves, because like you said, that's so interesting. I've never even thought about that, because she's such a well put together character. Her character is so well put together. To see her disarrayed or whatever the case may be, it just adds to it just adds more to the story that we're telling. And
Absolutely.
A lot of times these stories that we're telling, even through hair as a hairstylist, they also get told through characters and actors as well, because it is a collaborative effort. You know what I mean?
I love that you're talking about this. If we could transition into Melissa Chimenti, Lisa Ann Walter, who's had a huge moment too. I mean, among all of the cast, everybody's enjoying their flowers. The hair color, how do we get that red? Because what is the formula? Could you spill on that? Because it is so good.
You know what? Let me tell you, that is a secret, because only the hairstylist, Dustin Osborne, honey, we got to give it up to him. He is my key hairstylist.
Okay.
He is also the person that does Lisa's color. And when I say it is a special formulation, and he got that thing down to a science.
So good.
So good. And so I couldn't even tell you the formula.
Okay. All right.
Spill the beans on, but I would have to say Dustin, with the vision of how we wanted Lisa to be, he definitely executed that all the way down to the T. There were moments when we changed her color, or he changed her color slightly to make it a little bit more rich on camera. And then we might have brightened her up another season. You know what I mean? But he executes that so beautifully. He's our once again, key hairstylist and colorist for the show.
I love that you're talking about, again, with your leadership, the team doing this all to make this happen.
I can't do this by myself. I can make these wigs by myself, but baby.
But not everything. I feel you. The other characters on the show, the guys. Talk to me about those. Like, do we have? So I mean, they're lined up. They're fresh. These cuts, there's not. So talk to me about them too.
I gotta talk to you about. Let's talk about the guys in my team. So there's me, Dustin Osborne, who's my key, and then there's Christina Joseph, who's also a hairstylist that takes care and maintains Janelle James, as well as Tyler, but just on the maintaining side. But I do have a set barber, and her name is Natita Stribling, and she takes care of our guys. And I mean, she keeps them fresh, she keeps them tight, she keeps them right, and that's all we could ever ask for.
Truly. It's like scene to scene. I mean, like there is continuity there. Like it's never like there's never growth. There's like it is unless it's meant to be. So just
unless it's meant to be, and that's what I love about working on a show like this. Because once again, there is an art to barbering. I don't barber, but there's an art to barbering when it comes to it being showcased on camera. The fact that we love it to be tight and right, it also have to be real and authentic. You know what I mean? Everybody can't have a fresh fade every day. Everybody can't have a fresh lining all the time. Whether it calls for it or not, sometimes for it to be natural makes more sense. Why do you think our kids, our background kids, they're not always freshly lined up? You know what I mean? Because it has to be realistic. And I got to give a shout out to one of my hairstylists that takes care of our BG, Charlotte Noon. She is absolutely amazing as well, because handling BG is just as hot as a job.
I can literally only imagine. There's so many characters on, like so many background, and some of those kids really steal those scenes. And they look so good while they're doing it. So shout out to your team, as you said. So in addition to obviously working with this incredibly stacked cast on screen for a number of years, you've worked with them outside of the production, particularly Sheryl Lee Ralph. We on the Tease have covered this one iconic look when she won her Emmy. Long overdue, but like, goddamn, was it incredible. That speech. But anyway, the hair. If we could talk about that moment. What was that conversation like with her? Did you come with the idea to bejewel the hell out of it? Did she, like, was it the collab? Like, please.
I got a story for that one.
Please, let's do it. Because it's like, that is a look that is one for the books.
And you know what? You're right. We never really talked about it. So what happened was her daughter Ivory and I came up with this look, and they gave me an idea. The original inspo was with pearls. And actually, when we were thinking about looks, and this is the funny and scary part, I had an inspo picture with pearls, and her daughter had an inspo picture with pearls. So it was like we were already telepathically on the same range. And I was like, nope, this is what we doing now. The inspo picture didn't have a lot of pearl, didn't have a lot on it. It was just like maybe 5 scattered throughout. It was very simple, very dainty.
Okay,
and
very
Sheryl had, I think I still got the voicemail or the voice message for Sheryl, and she was like, I want me a braid. I said, okay, girl, we'll do a braid. But you can't call me talking about you want no simple braid. I'm not about to do no simple. You're Sheryl, and I'm Fingaz. I'm not doing simple. So I went on and got these Swarovski, have you said? I got the crystals. I went and got these crystals. And when I showed up to her home, or not her home, when I showed up to the location, she didn't have a mirror in front of her. She sat down and we immediately started to get to work. I was the first one there. And I had 2 people that day. I had her and Nicole. So I was supposed to do her, leave, and then go to Nicole, and my assistant was going to stay behind. But in the middle of all of this, while I was getting her ready and putting her on, everybody kept coming in and was like, oh my God, like their eyes kept getting big when they saw her. Now, during this time, there was an Essence cover. You know how people get that Get Ready With Me with like Cosmopolitan and Essence and all of that? Well, Essence was there. So when they came, I was done. But they came and they were taking video. And I said, okay, now if I leave, people are going to think my assistant did it. So I'm just going to keep working. She had no idea how many crystals she had in her hair. So in the beginning, she had a fair amount, maybe like 30 spread throughout.
And it was a lot of hair.
But that interview lasted an hour. So they had the camera rolling and everybody was just so wild by how she looked. She could feel nothing. And I just kept gluing on.
Right. Okay. But it paid off.
Hold on. And then when it was done, this is a funny part. When it was done, she was like, okay. I said, okay, girl, I'm about to go. And they were done with their interview. I was done with my thing. And I was like, okay, girl, I'm about to go. She said, okay, baby, thank you. And then she left. I found out later, my assistant told me she went in that bathroom and started freaking out because she didn't realize how many crystals I put on her hair. She immediately started crying, not bad tears, but she was like, oh my God, this is just too much. You know, people who are not normally taken out of a zone like that for something big like Emmys, she didn't necessarily want to go that wild.
Sure.
I told her, no, the way everybody is looking right now, like everyone's facial expressions while I'm doing this, baby, you're going to be the top, whether you win or not, people are going to talk about you in this look. I'm telling you. But I wouldn't have been able to sell it if I was still there because she'd have made me take it all out and redo it. So I'm glad I left.
You're glad.
And then later on, that's when she ended up stealing the carpet. Stealing the carpet. And then winning her Emmy, doing her speech and her song. And mind you, we had to go to work the next day.
That's what I was going to get at. Okay.
She came into work with the jewels, the hair, and everything still in her head. So me and my entire team, once makeup got done getting her and Barbara, me and my entire team de-wigged her and put her into Barbara. I think I have video of that. But that was, and she was like, you know what, girl, everybody talking about this braid. I said, yeah, girl. Yes. I'm glad I left.
God.
But now I think when she gets her hair and makeup done, she's in a mirror now.
I can understand it. Although there was that payoff. Everybody. And I mean, so what does it feel like to have a look like that? That is now, I mean, here we are 3 years later, still talking about it. People have tried to replicate it.
I've seen that.
They have.
Yeah, because an inspo is one thing, but when you do it your own way and make it your own twist, I didn't see anything else like that with the long braid and the long jewels and everything was bedazzled in jewels. I never seen that before.
Yep.
I always grab inspiration and do it, but I didn't know a lot of people was creating it, and half of them probably don't even know it was me.
Yeah. Wow. Well, congrats on that. I mean, obviously there's a whole body of work that you deserve congratulations for. But that one in particular, we did want to talk about it because it was such a moment. And it was you that made that happen. Thank you. If we could talk to me a little bit about some advice that you might have. I mean, you're really at the top of what this career can be, working in entertainment, for people that were like yourself several years back. Encouragement, words of advice. Talk to me if you could. What would you have to say to them?
What I have to say to you guys is, one, never give up. No matter what people say, no matter what people think, or no matter what people do, don't let anybody project their fears on you either. Don't let nobody say, well, I tried that and this ain't happened for me, so I don't know. You know what I mean? They're just projecting their fears. You have to be very focused. And you have to make sure you see this through. Also have integrity along the way in every aspect of your life. I don't care what nobody else does. Sometimes it ain't good to cuss everybody out. Sometimes it ain't good to go off on everybody. It's always good to maintain professionalism and move forward. And sometimes, you also have to remember, sometimes relationships expire and that's okay. They expire so new ones can be able to form. And you have to always keep that in mind. Network. And I can't tell you, don't go up to folks, because I only say this because some people, I don't want to say a lot, because it's only some people have come up to me and be like, I want to work on your show so I can win awards. I'm like, so what? You want to work with me so you can win awards? What's that about? Like, that don't even make common sense. Because it's not about working with me to win awards. Because while everybody else is in Cancun and going all these other different places and traveling all over the world, I'm sitting right here in this office building wigs. So if you're not willing to put in the same amount of work as I am, then I don't know what to tell you. You're going to always be stuck. But if you're ready to go to the next level, then that's when you can holler at me.
Ooh. Moira, what is next level for you? What do you think? What are the moves that we're trying to make? Yeah.
Oh, geez, Louise. I mean,
what can you say?
A next level for me, meaning past Abbott, would be to work on a movie that gets me an Oscar.
Okay.
That's what I shall manifest in the
next
atmosphere.
Yeah, let's do it.
You never know. And then we can come back to this interview and then you can be like, see?
No, I'm manifesting this for you. If anybody can do it, it's going to be you. Abbott.
Yeah.
Next season, you coming back? What are we excited about?
Yeah? Thank the Lord. Yep. And I only say that because, baby, this industry is crazy.
No, it is no joke.
I am.
Yeah. Okay.
And it is. And this is like I said, the industry changes. I know a lot of people who are in different situations where, that production had to go a different route. They had to go a different, a different direction. And I know that those things happen because it's happened to me on many of shows. Like I had shows that just straight up canceled. And then I didn't know, what was going on or what I was going to do or what my next step was. But anything that always happens, I always adjust and pivot. And that's another set of advice I want to give, because in an industry like where we are in LA and pretty much everywhere in the US, where a lot of our work is leaving the States and going abroad, and they don't always take us unless you're personal. And sometimes even as a personal, you don't get to go. You have to learn how to pivot. We as hairstylists are very fortunate to pivot because we came from the salon, but I know a lot of people don't want to go back. But you got to pivot somehow, some way. You have so much knowledge. And when I say you, I'm talking about you hairstylists out there. Whether you're in the salon now or you're working in TV and film, you have so much knowledge that you can share with people that are trying to get where you are. Y'all look at me like I'm trying to be where she is, but there's someone who owns a salon and there's an upcoming hairstylist that want to own a salon one day. So that's why I'm saying embrace the journey of where you are, because it's always inspiring the next person.
Moira, where can people find you? We're going to do our quick takes, but I want to make sure that they can find you to get more of what you're putting down here. Drop some social, some websites, please.
Okay, so always you can find me on fingazbeauty.com. Also known as lacelock.net, but it's the same thing. So if you type in fingazbeauty.com, you're in the right place. Okay. You can also find me on Fingaz Beauty, Instagram, and Fingaz Beauty Academy, Instagram, TikTok, Fingaz Beauty. Everything is pretty much Fingaz Beauty.
Making it nice and easy for everybody.
Fingaz Beauty.
Boom. All right, let's do our quick takes. These are the questions we ask of all of our guests, and then I'll let you go, get back to it, making some wigs maybe in that office space. We'll see. What is the craziest styling request that you've ever received from a celeb or a client?
A crazy styling request.
Maybe it's not crazy. I don't know. You don't seem like you would frazzle easily.
I haven't. I mean, I would have to say, I have to say this. When I did Mel B, Mel B Spice Girls, love her. Absolutely love her.
Another icon.
Legend.
Yeah. Yes.
I did Mel B, and she wanted to wear, and this is for America's Got Talent, she wanted to wear a wig, but she had braids already. So if you watch America's Got Talent, there's an episode where she has on a wig, and then there's another episode where she has on braids. Well, the wig that she's wearing, we didn't take her braids out. That went over her braids. So I had to make a wig in literally 2 days to fit over her braids and still look natural and not look like a wig. That's the thing. So that was a bit of a challenge, a little bit of a challenge, not too much, because you can figure it out. But I hate I had to do what I had to do to figure it out.
That's real. That's real. I love that. Moira, what's your go-to song, playlist, or podcast to listen to while you're working? Or are you a silent girly? Some people can't have any distraction. Okay. So what do we got?
When I ventilate, it's different for me. So when I ventilate, I have to watch, and please don't judge me. I know I might be a little crazy, but I like to watch true crime documentaries.
Okay.
But during the day, though, I can't do it at night.
At night, yeah, that's the bridge too far. Yeah.
And it depends on what wig I'm making. So if I start off doing true crime, then I'm making like shorter pieces. But if I'm doing like a full lace wig, I'll go through a whole Game of Thrones season, like from beginning all the way to the end. Or I just like to watch. Yeah, I'm a well-rounded type of a girl. I like to watch her. And then as far as music is concerned, when I need to like really like when I did the drag episode, I had to listen to a lot of trap music. Not had to, but it just gets me
to get you in the yeah.
So I'm listening to like Beyonce, and I'm listening to also, I jump from that to Meg Thee Stallion, and then jump back into some trap music, and then jump into like all the things. So yeah.
Okay. Perfect. What is a bucket list item that you want to check off in the next 6 months, if you could?
Oh, 6 months. Lord, I'm going to be working the next 6 months.
So nothing.
Maybe buy a condo. That might be it.
Okay. I want that for you. We'll manifest that as well. It's tough in LA. Woohoo.
Exactly. Have y'all seen these prices?
No, I mean, I'm in the Bay now. It's not much better. It maybe is worse. Depends on the part of the city.
People have no idea.
Yeah, I know. They're not in California.
But seriously, in the next 6 months, win an Emmy. I think Emmys is in 6 months.
Okay.
That's what I will put on my bucket list.
Okay. And possibly we will touch base.
Be nominated or win an Emmy. Both will be great.
We'll take it. What is a current social media trend that you just don't understand?
Oh, the Pookie Lee. Okay, so my daughter just did this little TikTok, and the song is called Pookie Lee, and it's an actual TikTok dance. And I was like, oh my God, what is a Pookie Lee? So you can see my daughter doing her little dance, and me in the background looking like, what is this? I'm like, Lord, I'm really getting old. But that TikTok trend, I'm not TikTok trend, but shoot, what other trends is out there?
I mean, I hadn't heard of that one. That one, I also don't get it. All right, last question, and we'll let you go. If you could have an unlimited supply of one thing for the rest of your life, what would you pick?
One unlimited supply?
One unlimited supply of one thing. And it's any one thing. So we've had some really abstract stuff that people say.
Money.
Okay. All right.
Money answereth all things. So that can buy me anything.
Yes. All right. Money does buy happiness. Let's be real, especially in California. Moira, this has been such a blast. I am so happy and appreciative of you, of your time here. Thank you so much. I'm wishing you the best, and we're going to manifest a lot of the stuff that we talked about on this pod. But thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
Okay, Jeff, you were fangirling.
Fangirling guy. I don't know that there is a real gender. I couldn't believe my luck. I've been, following for a while, and it was such a treat to be able to chat with her about her career and obviously Abbott, all things Abbott. I'm so obsessed with that show and with everybody on it, and including her. I mean, what a story.
What a story. All right. Be sure to hit subscribe, rate, and review, and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok at Read the Tease, and send in questions to volumeup@thetease.com.
Volume Up is a Tease Media production. This episode was produced by Monica Hickey and Madeline Hickey. James Arbaje is our editor and audio engineer. Thank you to our creative team for the custom Volume Up theme song and for putting together graphics and videos for this episode.